Hey wavies and curlies, this is Stacy from the Frizz Girls. I wasn't going to share this, but I'm going to share it anyways. So I've been posting some videos, as you've seen the last couple of days, about getting my hair cut. And I posted a couple of videos, as you know, about my hairstylist that I normally would see down in East Nashville, leaving the salon. And I don't know her last name. I didn't have her contact information. And I don't know where she went, so I was not able to book a new hair appointment. And it'd been well over a year since I had my last haircut and color for my hair. So when I was finally ready to make the appointment and found out that she was no longer at the salon, I didn't know that I wanted to go to another individual at the salon, and I looked at their profiles and they just didn't seem right for me. So I said, let me see if I can find someone closer to where I live so I wouldn't have to drive an hour. And it took a little bit of searching, as I told you guys. And I found someone who has curly hair and cuts wavy, curly, coily, kinky hair where I live. I said, she's going to cut my hair. And when I messaged her about it, I actually sent her a picture, front and back, of what my hair looked like the first time my former stylist colored and cut my hair. It was very blonde, which I wanted, and it was a little bit shorter than what it is now, but not too short, and it had more curl and more volume to my hair. And I said, this is me. This is exactly what I want. I want a more rounded look around the shape of my face here. I need my layers to be shortened. I need it, to be more volume, and I still want to keep the length. So she assured me that she could get the job done. So I booked the appointment with her. And I had the appointment today at 11, and I was really, really excited because I was like, yes, I'm going to get a curly cut. I'm going to get a proper cut because the back of my hair, for some reason, the crown doesn't lay properly. So I need somebody who can see from the back of my head what it looks like and properly reshape it. And I also need it colored. So I got to the salon, met her. She was super sweet, super nice. And she looked at my hair, and it was washed, no product in it whatsoever. And we did a dry cut. And I've never had a dry cut on my hair. All the time my hair has been cut wet. My former stylist would color my hair first and then wash it, tone it, wash it, and condition it. And then she would cut it wet, which I was fine with. And it worked. This stylist cut my hair dry, so it was a little surprise to me. But I'm like, okay. And I specified it, no razor, texture, scissors, shears, or anything like that. Just a regular, pair of hair cutting shears for hair. She said, no, yeah, that's fine, no problem. And she cut my hair, and it looks pretty good from what I could tell. It was kind of poofy because, she had to kind of brush it out to cut it and everything. And then she went and mixed up the color, and then she colored my hair. And then, of course, we did the heat lamp and everything. And then, of course, after everything was done, we went to the shampoo bowl and, shampooed and, toner and the whole 9 yards. So once we were done at the shampoo bowl with everything, we came back for her to, start adding product and drying and styling my hair. And she did that. And as my hair started to dry, I noticed my blonde wasn't as blonde as I like. So in the spring, I usually go pretty blonde, and I like it to blend in my roots because unfortunately I have this thing called gray hair, and I blonde it to blend in with my gray hair. And I wanted a full highlight because I have a lot of hair and I want it to blend in. And I noticed it wasn't as blonde as I had hoped for. This is more of a blonde. This is more of a color that I would wear in fall, winter. So I was wanting a more brighter color for spring, summer. And she, put product in and dried it and styled it and dried it a little differently than I would normally dry it, and which is in what my former stylist would dry it. And I was like, I'm just going to let her dry it and see. And she got done with it. And I had mentioned, it's not as blonde as I had wanted it. and she cut it, which is fine, but I don't feel like I got the shape that I'd asked for. So I'm going to drop in this video what my hair looked like in a photo that I did a selfie of probably a few weeks ago. I was wearing a green sweater. And then I'm gonna drop in the 2 photos of my hair front and back when my stylist first colored and cut my hair. When I got done, I felt disappointed. I felt defeated. And now I understand why women, when they go get their hair cut, especially like wavies, when they get a curly cut and it doesn't come out the way they want, why they're upset. How this is different for me versus another wavy or curly that was disappointed is I actually gave her pictures of myself. So I did not give her a picture of another woman. I did not even use anything from AI to generate what I wanted my hair. I showed her former pictures today of the shape I liked, and I knew my hair was not going to be as curly as these other shapes because I'm a wavy. And I told her these are the shapes that I liked when I met my first stylist, and I said, you know, I know that I'm not as curly and so forth, but this is what I'm going for. And she said, okay. And then I showed her again my hair of what it looked like on the day that my stylist cut it for the first time, the blonde that I wanted in the cut. And I'm really disappointed. And I'm disappointed because I had a picture of myself, a picture of me of what I know my hair is capable of doing and what my hair looked like and what I actually wanted. And that's where I'm really, really upset. It's like I didn't even want to pay her, tip her. Not because she didn't deserve her time and her service, but because of I didn't get what I wanted. I gave her a picture of myself. So the model that she was looking at for color and cut and shape was my own hair. It was not somebody else. It was my own hair. And that's what really hurts me the most is the money that I invested into this haircut and this color. I can't get that money back. It's gone. It paid for her service. And I feel like I paid for a service that I wasn't 100% satisfied with as a client. When you go get your hair done or your nails done or your makeup done, if you're going to a makeup artist or a tailor, if you're getting your clothes tailored or wherever, and you're paying for a service, you expect to get what you pay for, especially when you have an example of what you want. Now, obviously, if you've got a makeup sample of a makeup look that you like, now, realistically, you know that makeup's not going to look exactly the same on your face because your facial structure and your eye structure is going to be completely different from the model. So the colors might not look the same on your hair or on your skin when they're doing a makeover. It may look lighter or darker, so you have to be aware of that. Same with hair. When you bring in a sample of, you know, this is what I want for my hair, this is the color I'm going for, this is the cut I'm going for. When you bring that in, if it's not your own photo and it belongs to somebody else, it's somebody else's hair, or an AI image that you've gotten offline, you need to have expectations that it's not going to look exactly the same because this model and this person in this photo is not you, and their hair is not going to have the same texture or type as your hair. But the difference in this is, for me, is this was my own hair. This was a picture of me. So it wasn't like I found some random photo online and said, this is exactly what I want. This is me This is what I want in color and cut. This is what I have had in the past. This is exactly what I'm going for. And I'm disappointed because if she didn't feel she could do the job, like, hey, I can't give you this, or it's not going to be exactly the same, or whatever, I would rather her say that to me at the beginning of the appointment and said, do you still want to go through with it, or do you want to just do the color, or just do the cut, or just do neither? And, you know, give the client the option to make the choice. So she's cut curly hair before, and I've seen pictures online of curly hair that she's cut. But I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in the money that I invested to get my hair done, and it does not look the way I had wanted it to look. It looks almost identical to what I had before I got my hair cut, just a little bit more blonder. I would say it's more blonde than blonde. If you've seen my videos in the past, probably from like a year and a half ago, you've seen how blonde my hair can be, and I can hold a blonde. If I couldn't hold a blonde, I would never have gone for a blonde. So you've seen it, and you've seen my photos and videos the last year or so, where you've seen some blonde at the ends, but you know, my natural color is brown, of course, you know, it's fine. But when I ask to be a blonde and I'm paying for a full highlight and I want to be blonde and I'm giving you a picture of what I look like and I don't get what I look like, I'm highly disappointed. And then when I show you how I want my cut and I'm like, I want to keep the length. So I understand, you know, not taking off a lot of length because I want to keep the length. I was fine with like getting, if she said, you know, would you be happy with taking an inch or two off your length? And, you know, she said, you got lots of layers in there, really good. I said, yeah, I have problems with the crown looking flat. I need more layers. I need more volume. I like volume. And if you know me and if you've seen my videos in the past, you know, I want volume. I want big volume, not super crazy humidity volume, but volume. My hair feels really soft right now. I didn't get a cast or anything, so it could be to the products that she used that just did not give me the look, and she didn't dry it the way I would normally dry my hair. So I don't know if that's a combination. I know my hair is not in curl shock. I do know that. So I know it's not in curl shock. But this part of my hair, as you can see, it's kind of long. It kind of hangs down. I was expecting it to come up a little bit more. So when it lays, and I told her my hair parts more on the side as opposed to the middle. And I kind of didn't get what I wanted. So, and I normally don't talk about this because normally I don't have a problem with the way my hair does. And I felt like at this point, I could have just cut my hair myself. Like I should have just washed my hair tonight in the shower and then got out and done like a quadruple unicorn cut and cut it wet and then dried and style it. And I probably would have been happier and saved myself the amount of money. So for those of you that have gone for a curly cut and color and you've come out disappointed, I understand how you feel. I really do. And I understand even more if you had a picture of yourself for a reference and you didn't get exactly what you wanted. And that's where I think I'm really, really upset with and hurt the most is I didn't get exactly what I wanted. And I even had a picture of myself. If I had another picture of another woman and it didn't look exact, I wouldn't be mad because I know that woman and myself, we have two different hair types and textures. So I knew I wouldn't get exactly the same results as she did. But when I came in this morning and I gave her a photo of myself, me, Stacy, me and my hair, and I left not looking exactly like my picture, that's where I really, really get upset with. And it's like, and it's a service, so how do you get a refund on a service? I didn't even want to tip her at that point. I tipped her, and I feel like I shouldn't even tipped her, but Like, and I didn't know if the cost was just towards her or the cost for the cut and color was towards like supplies and booth space and all that. And then if she gets a portion of that plus tip, I don't know, that's calculated. But it's like, I didn't even want to tip her because I wasn't even happy. Like, I walked into the salon super excited and super happy to get my hair cut and colored today. And I walked out like I've been wanting to cry all day. I haven't cried yet, but I feel like I want to cry right now because I feel like I didn't get what I wanted. And I know some of you are going to be like, but your hair's so beautiful, it doesn't look bad. I know it's beautiful, and I know it doesn't look bad. But for me, I had a specific look that I was going for my hair, and I was looking forward to getting my hair to look just like it's looked like before. And when you come out and it doesn't look like that, and it's very close to what I had before I went in today, and it cost me money to get this done, that's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem. And I did communicate to her about it. And I don't know what it is with people when I communicate with them. I don't know what it is. Do I have to yell and scream at you in your face for you to listen to what I have to say because you don't want me to say it in a nice, kind, loving way? Is that the only way you're going to take me seriously of what I want? And I don't want to be that way. But sometimes I feel like that's the only way somebody can take me seriously and listen to what I have to say. It wasn't just in my facial expressions and in my eyes. It was my body language, in addition to my voice, telling her I was not happy, like it's not as blonde, And I don't know if it was the toner, and the toner was just, I don't know if it was the color that she used, because I don't know what color that the former stylist used on me. I don't know if it was the toner. I don't know what was different. I don't know if she was afraid to go blonder on me, but I had a picture and said, this is me. This is what I want. I want this blonde. So I was expecting a lot blonder hair, and I knew it would fade a little bit through the summer, and I was okay with that. And I knew my roots would grow out, and I was okay with that because I was considering maybe halfway through the summer before my pageant, maybe depending on what my hair looked like and how much my roots growed out, if it looked like a balayage, just maybe balayage it out so it looks more natural, or go back and do the roots. Now, I don't even know what I want to do because it just looks like this. I mean, there's not much a wave pattern back here, and if you've seen me before, I've got waves. It's almost like I've got a long triangle cut. And I wanted more of volume, more shorter layers to bring everything up. And I feel like I didn't get that. And I don't know what I have to do to communicate, because apparently being the nice one doesn't seem to freaking work with people. And I guess I just have to be the wild, mean woman that has to yell and scream in your face to communicate to you. Because it just seems like that's what I have to do to get what I want. And being nice doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. I thought you're supposed to be nice to people, not be a total snot face. But I guess I have to be a mean snot face to get what I want, because apparently that's the only way that I'm going to get exactly what I need. So I'm just really, really upset right now. I'm very pissed off. I just, you save your money, you want to get your hair done, you wanted to get it done right, to get it look nice. And when it's not exactly the way you expect it to look, and I don't want to spend additional money to redo my hair. Why should I? So I don't know what to do. So if you have any words of encouragement for me, that would be wonderful. I'd appreciate it. Because I'm always trying to give you guys words of encouragement, but I can use it too right now because I'm just not happy. I'm not happy. I paid for a service and I'm not happy with the service. And I didn't get exactly what I wanted, even though I had a picture of myself. And I'm going to drop the photos in the video so you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And when you see my photos, you'll be like, okay, now I understand why she's pissed. I get it. I'd be pissed too if I brought my own photos and I said, this is me, I want this, exactly me. And if you couldn't do it, I'd rather her say, I can't do it. It's just not possible for me. I don't want to touch your hair and not give you what you want. So maybe you should find somebody else. I mean, I would have been pissed that I made a hair appointment. I didn't get my hair done, you know, but it is what it is. I would rather have gotten at least an honest answer. So that's my little rant for today. I'm going to take my energy out and clean my house because it needs to get clean. And maybe I'll feel better after I have a clean house. So if you have any advice, any tips, any suggestions, words of encouragement, drop me below. I'd love to hear it. I'll have a couple other videos on the hair care thing about prepping your hair before you get a haircut. I've got a video that I'm going to drop probably tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon. But as you can tell, I don't have the energy that I normally have. I just don't. And I feel defeated. And I know it's not my fault in any way, shape, or form, but I just feel really defeated. So I'll talk to you soon, babies and curlies. I hope you have a great night. Bye.